Here's how I built my marketing agency to $800,000 with zero capital. In this video, let me just tell you a little background about me. And I know if you have been following me for a while, you exactly know how I started my agency. By the end of 2019, I was extremely eager. I was extremely desperate to make money. Everyone is desperate to make money, indirectly or directly. You are eager, you're desperate to make money. And guess what? I went to a place where I could know more about how to make money, and exactly that was YouTube. And I just started typing on these phrases, how to make money online, because at that time this thing was really in air. It was extremely popular. Everyone was making money online. I looked into drop shipping, I looked into website development, I looked into domain flipping and whatnot. And finally, maybe, I don't remember, guys, I really don't remember, but I somehow came across a video which was all about starting an agency. The moment I saw that video, I really saw some potential in that business. And guess what? I started researching about it. I started making some notes, how to get clients and whatnot. I used to have this notepad where I used to write everything down, all the key points, to be very honest, right? After a few weeks, guys, I was in a position where I was like, let's do this. I was impatient to make money, obviously, but I just gave myself time frame of 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I just learned everything down. I researched everything. I took my notes and I was ready. And that's where it all started. I didn't know how to speak well. I didn't know how to articulately speak, I didn't had any accent. Right now I'm not saying I have this perfect American accent. No, I don't have it, guys. I'm an Indian, right? But at that point of time, I literally wasn't this good in terms of speaking. I was underconfident and I was struggling a lot just to even speak and talk to prospects. But guess what? I wanted to take that leap. I took it, and finally I came across cold calling and getting clients using cold calling, and that's where it all started finally. As you know, I started everything off with cold calling. My first niche was restaurant owners in UK, in London. Every single afternoon, I used to cold call to restaurant business owners, and guess what? I used to get so many rejections. I'm not interested. Take me out of your list. And after doing this for close to around 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I was in a position to give up. Not entirely, but on this niche, on restaurant niche, right? I gave up restaurant niche. After that, I got into roofing, and that's where I started seeing some potential. My first day when I made my first cold call, I was super nervous and I was sweating a lot. I just locked my door, and I finally made that first cold call, and my heart was pounding, and I made that first call, and he said, I'm not interested. Still, it was a win for me because I finally took that leap and finally made that first cold call. At that point, I used to use an app called Second Line. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and you can just do cold calling. You can just reach out to clients in US. That app gives you a free US number, which you can use to make cold calls. And there's a lot of American guys, obviously no offense for you guys, but I used to get this acquisition a lot. I don't work with Indians. Indians are scammers. They used to abuse me and whatnot. That's pretty much very cliche, especially for Indian guys. When they took that leap and they start cold calling in US, you're going to face this, guys, because in the past, India maybe had a little bad reputation of scamming people in US. That's where agencies like GMS comes in. GMS actually try to bring a positive impact and light on Indian audience, where we are just not only looking to scam people, but we can also bring positive cash flow to your business. Because eventually in India, there's very smart and great minds, and that was one of the vision I had in the start to start my agency, just to bring that change, just to show that change to US audience. We are not here only to scam people. And finally, guys, after cold calling for 4 to 6 months, finally I came across a guy. His name was Joe, and he was based in Ohio, and he used to own a roofing company. I called him 3-4 times, maybe not in a single day, but every single day, in terms of a follow-up. And finally that guy agreed to talk to me, not over a Zoom, just a normal call for 15-20 minutes. I explained him everything. I was stuttering a lot. He could have sensed, and not could have, he must have sensed my underconfidence. This guy is just starting out. He's just a small kid who's just trying to make money. he definitely must have sensed my underconfidence, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe just because of my persistence of calling him every single day and following up with him, he just gave me a chance. And I think that client was for $850. And at that point, like I mentioned, I was into like other businesses too, but I wasn't making any money. But I somehow created and opened up a PayPal account. And finally, when he agreed to pay me, I raised him an invoice for $850. I had my fingers crossed, and I was, again, my heart was pounding whether he's going to pay it or not. And it was all a dream, like lucid dreaming, like whether he's going to pay or not. And the moment I got that notification, Joe has sent you $850, like the email that you receive on PayPal, I was just flabbergasted. I was shocked. Like, is this happening for real? And that's it. And that's where I got this motivation, this persistence, this determination of like, you can get clients. It's not a hard thing. Anyone can get clients. It's just showing up every single day. Now, talking about what actually I did about that $850. Obviously, guys, that was my first income I made online. I saved it all in my bank account, and I also showed it to my parents. They were happy as well. And I saved that money. And after that, like, I started making more cold calls, especially to roofers, because that's where like I got my first client. And then I started getting like more interested prospects who used to be like, okay, I'm interested, call me tomorrow. So I used to take like those notes, like I have to call this guy tomorrow, I have to call this guy on a specific day, at a specific time. I started doing all of those things, and I started getting a liking towards it, like towards that business. I used to be excited whenever that particular time of the day comes, because I have to make cold calls, and because I started loving that thing. But anyways, guys, talking about that particular client, that client stayed with me just for 3 months. We tried our best to get him leads, get him appointments, but somehow we failed because I was just all doing it alone at that point, right? And we guess what, we failed in delivering him, and after 3 months he left us. So, but yeah, the relationship, the partnership was good. I'm not like personally connected with him as of very now, but definitely I'm going to reach back out to him and see like if he still remembers me. But this is how everything started, and that's how I got my first client. I think to get my second and third client, it took me again 2 to 3 months time frame. And then talking about Ashish, who is my partner, and I was looking for a media buyer. I was actively and eagerly looking for a media buyer, so like who can like actually deliver to my clients, and not just deliver, like good results, right? Then I went on Upwork, and I finally came across Ashish, and he was a media buyer in solar industry already. So I hired Ashish for some time, and things were working out good. We were getting clients and whatnot. But again, the churn ratio, the refund ratio was extremely high. Then again, Ashish and I personally decided to partner up and start our own solar agency. And I'm talking about, I think, 2 or 2.5 years back. And finally we partnered up. And after that, it was it was an easy job, to be very honest, because my thing was, my purpose and objective was to get clients, and he will be delivering everything. Our expense used to be just $500-$600. The last month expense that I calculated was more than $25,000. So we have really scaled to a point where expenses are like $15,000 to $25,000 a month. But when we used to be just two of us, like Ashish and me, our profit margins used to be insanely high, and our expenses used to be insanely low. Now we have like different people who we have to pay salaries, commissions, different softwares, refunds. So there's a lot more things that goes into running an agency. When I first started with Ashish, so we just started on a client basis. So it was a more of like, let's say if I get a client for $1,000, I'm going to pay certain money to Ashish, and he's going to handle that campaign. So let's say if I get a client for $1,000, I'm going to pay Ashish $350 or $400 at that point of time, and he used to deliver to the client, right? We did this for some time, and after that we finally partnered up, and we made it like a percentage kind of partnership. And after that we just scaled the share out of our agency. At that point of time it was just two of us. He was handling the delivery, I was handling the outreach, and I used to reach out to so many clients because LinkedIn was a gold mine at that point of time. LinkedIn had no restrictions how many people you can reach out to and how many, you know, connections you can send. Right now it's just like maybe 10 to 20 connections a month. The restrictions are crazy. I kept on doing the prospecting, and finally I start getting some traction. People started knowing about us. I talking about how I scaled this. I personally focused on Facebook, and I tried to maintain a brand around me and GMS. And now everyone in US, especially in the solar industry, they know about GMS and personally me. And when any solar company in US talks about hiring a new marketing agency, we are one of them. So it's a proud moment because I've heard this a lot of time. Actually my manager and the owner of the company was discussing to hiring a new marketing agency, so we also considered you guys. It's a big thing, guys. We are not even there, we never approached them, but they're considering us. So that's where you can think in a way like you actually made it. Now people have started recognize your agency name. And after that, like Ashish and I kept on doing this. We made good profits, expenses were super low, but we were lacking some things. Obviously it was just two of us, and we finally decided to do some hiring. So we got like one other media buyer, and obviously there was like a lot of pressure on me because bringing clients, it was all on me, right? So that's why I decided to bring on a sales team. And some guy reached out to me on Messenger. I cannot disclose his name. Finally we got a sales team over, and I hired them on commission basis first, and then they started performing, they started booking appointments, I trained them, and finally I started paying them a salary plus commission. And after that, the momentum and the ball started rolling, right? We were in the momentum, we were in the flow, everything started to make sense. Offers like offering a call center, solar preset appointments, sets and whatnot. So we experimented a lot. And running an agency is not about getting profits out of it. There had been months we literally made $0. There had been months, guys, I'm just being extremely and brutally honest. There had been months where we paid out everyone in the team, and by the end of the month, even Ashish and I was not profitable. So that's how we have kept it all along. But to be honest, wherever we are today, it's pretty much worth it. We have done almost 800,000, not almost, it's more than $800,000. We are super close to $1 million. I know it's all revenue. Along the journey we have initiated a lot of refunds and whatnot, but wherever we are heading, it's all going to be worth it. I'm not waiting for the end goal, I'm actually enjoying the journey I'm in. But if you're someone who is starting an agency, and if you are getting like these second thoughts, if you're getting these like doubts whether I'm going to be able to do it or not, quick tip for you, like look out for a good partner who you can trust, and it's going to make things simpler and easy. One of you can handle the client delivery, and one you can handle the client acquisition. And once you start getting clients, hire new people, hire smart people, and let your agency scale. But anyways, guys, like I actually wanted to drop this video real quick so that you get an idea. Reaching here wasn't easy, but it's pretty much worth it. And if you're someone who has started their journey, you are in the middle of your journey, and now you're thinking to give up, just think twice before you do that. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you got some kind of maybe value or like some kind of motivation out of this video. If you did, I'll be waiting for your comments in the comment section for sure. I'll be dropping bangers like these every single week. All the best and keep taking action. Bye.